This is the least expensive of my ideas and discoveries. This is my self-propelled motor. There's an impeller in here. There's power transmission in these brown boxes on the end. All the hydraulic fluid goes into and out of the impeller in the middle and is controlled by a throttle. You close the throttle and the hydraulic fluid is forced to be sucked out of the impeller and be replenished as the throttle closes the hydraulic fluid and keep it from going through the throttle. It passes up to the reservoir and then is sucked out to the power transmission gears. There's virtually no force no head force on the hydraulic fluid, and it just gets pumped up to the reservoir. All the force begins at the reservoir going through the impeller gallery when the throttle is closed, and that renders the solution to the sum of the moments equals zero, not valid. I can't make the sum of the moments equal zero unless the throttle's open and the engine stopped, the motor stopped. And if I close the throttle, the lever arm of the impeller to the center gear of the power transmission unit goes out of zero, but it's not equal to zero. It only has one applied force on the suction. The head force virtually is none, because it just pumps the hydraulic fluid up to the reservoir, and the area of the tubing that the hydraulic fluid goes through matches. It adds up as there are a number of hydraulic tubing areas going into the collector, and the sum of the areas equals the outflow, and it goes into the reservoir. And so the hydraulic fluid actually slows down when it comes out. Either it slows down or it stays the same. Let me think here. I think it slows down. That's what it's always been, because the area is bigger. And as it comes out of as it's sucked out of the impeller gallery, the area of the tubing, the sum of the areas is equal to the number of tubes going into the power transmission unit gears. So that it doesn't add any force to the hydraulic fluid. And I don't know whether this will work or not. I have secondary tubing which goes into the center gear on both sides, on all sides of the assembly. And the secondary tubing from the hydraulic fluid eliminates any possibility that it'll suck air. And there's oil seals or grease seals in here, and any possibility that it would suck air sucks hydraulic fluid out of the reservoir in all cases across the power transmission, the self-propelled motor. And the output shaft has one on both sides. One side can be used to start it up, like with a hand crank, like your old Model T or Model A. And the other side can be used to drive a power transmission difference or whatever. And rear wheels, front wheels, or whatever you want. So if it works, which I don't know, it's just all mathematics, it would be worth a try to see whether or not it does. So if you want to view my publications, you can go to worldsfastestbicycles.com, no apostrophe and all one word, worldsfastestbicycles.com, and be sure to tell your friends. about me on Indiegogo.com. And the fact that I don't have any social media accounts kind of limits my prospects on funding. I don't do social media, so that'll do, I guess. Hope I get some funding. Okay, here's my dragster. I didn't show this before. This one's finished being drawn, and it's designed for have a top speed of 250 miles an hour. It has a couple air dams around the power transmission unit in turquoise there. There's the operator's compartment, wide enough for me. There's the main drive here. You can barely see the pedals. There's one. There's the steering. Comes out of there. It'll have brakes, but I don't have them on. I guess it's not finished actually. I don't have any brakes. I have a parachute. I don't have that either. Anyway, here's the primary drive. You can see there's where the torque is applied on this, and right up there it is on this gear here. The head end draw tubing is all figured to run to the impellers, which are inside the body. They go down these tubes here. There's a draw on this one, head over here, head on this one, and draw over on this one. And here's where the tubing comes up into. Here's the draw collector. Here's head collector. Let's see here. Okay, this is from the, let's see, primary power transmission unit. Goes to the secondary. Here's the impeller, secondary power transmission unit goes. This is the draw, and this is the head. Here's the draw, and here's the head reservoir. Head reservoir, as I said before, doesn't have much force because it just pushes hydraulic fluid up into the reservoir, and the draw tubing sucks it out from here down through the final output power transmission unit impeller. Here's the head, and here's the draw, and spins the wheel in the proper direction. Here's the suspension here. It's independent suspension. Let's see. Here is the here's the head reservoir for the primary to secondary power transmission unit, and here's the head reservoir for the secondary power transmission unit to the output power transmission unit back here. This also is designed for straight line steering. This vehicle won't be going around any corners. And I have a rack and pinion. Let's see if I can see it. It's inside that blue box there. And here's the steering linkage. Goes out to the wheels and provides steering with these connecting rods. And the universal joint works on the same axis as the A-frames. So it will steer, and anyway, I hope it will. Anyway, so let's put some views in here. There's a side view. Doesn't look too bad, I guess. Here's the top view. And let's do an isometric. There's an isometric view. And if I could build this, I don't know, maybe I could go to Bowling Green at, what's it called? There's a dragster down there somewhere. Anyway, that's the dragster. Be sure to tell your friends about my campaign on your social media. I don't have social media accounts, so I can't do social media, so the prospects of my campaign funding will be up to anybody who shares my videos or campaign with anybody. Okay. I don't know what else to tell you. Let me see. Oh, yeah. There's worldsfastestbicycles.com. Let's see. There'll be no fuel cost from my human power transportation means. Virtually maintenance free. The warranty's got some particulars in it that even if you don't sign it, you can't buy one. Vehicle or aircraft or whatever. That's all.